6 months in, Steve, and here we are turning back on the campaign promises, and we bombed Iran on behalf of Israel. Yes, it was on behalf of Israel. We're entering a nuclear war, the World War III, because the entire world is going to erupt. And you want to know the people that are cheering it on right now? Their tune is going to drastically change the minute we start seeing flag draped coffins on the nightly news, on Fox News that brainwashes all the baby boomers, and on CNN that brainwashes all the Democrat baby boomers. And that is exactly how this is going to go down.
Get out your coat, hat, and mittens, folks, because apparently hell has frozen over. Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene has seemingly broken away from President Trump on his issue of funding Israel's genocidal insanity, and even goes as far as to refer to his supporters as a bunch of old, brainwashed dummies. AIPAC, the pro-Israel lobby that apparently owns 90% of Congress, has found itself a new target in the Congresswoman.
Matt, I'll go ahead and be straight and honest about this. I'm absolutely furious. And as a matter of fact, AIPAC needs to register as a foreign lobbyist because they're breaking U.S. laws by donating to members of Congress and by taking them on a fully funded trip to Israel every single freshman member of Congress's year. They just took them over just recently and had them meet with the Prime Minister of Israel. But let's frame that correctly. They take them over to meet with the secular government of nuclear-armed Israel. Israel, who is in less than $400 billion in debt. Israel, who has taxpayer-funded health care and college. Israel is not hurting, and they've already proven that they are more than capable of not only defending themselves, but annihilating their enemies to the point of genocide. And that's what's happening in Gaza. And Matt, the reason why AIPAC is attacking me is because I dared to tell the truth.
And I'm as shocked saying this as you are hearing it. She has found an issue in which she is principled on. She's absolutely correct. Israel, who is in the process of attempting to wipe an entire ethno-national group off the face of the earth, does not need any more United States funding to do so. They are perfectly capable all on their own. And it certainly isn't America first to continue to shovel billions upon billions of dollars down their throats.
It's amazing, amazing. Last year, after an assassin tried to take my life in Butler, Pennsylvania, Thomas generously mailed me one of his Purple Hearts. Many of the other veterans showed me the same unbelievable gesture of kindness, including three-time Purple Heart recipient John Ford and Gerald Enter Jr., who also came along with us and did us a great, great favor. Gerald, John, and Thomas, I want to thank you very much. What a great honor to get those Purple Hearts. I guess in a certain way, it wasn't that easy for me either when you think of it, but...
When someone shows you who they are, believe them. This clown is the father of a political movement that, in part, is dedicated to protecting our troops.
The men and women of the United States military provide the strength to bring peace to our troubled, troubled times. We stand behind you. We support your mission. We love our country. We are loyal to our people. We respect our flag. We celebrate our traditions. We honor our heroes. You are our heroes.
Yet clips like these abound.
And that's what happened. 82 years. Other than I finished off ISIS, but that was already started. We had stupid generals like Milley and Mattis, weak, stupid people.
He's not a war hero.
He's a war hero.
He's a war hero.
5.5 years.
He's a war hero because he was captured.
What sacrifice have you made for your country?
I think I've made a lot of sacrifices. I work very, very hard. I've created thousands and thousands of jobs, built great structures. I've had tremendous success.
And yet MAGA finds it difficult to believe that he called our troops suckers and losers. The man clearly does not care about anyone but himself and diminishes the sacrifice our soldiers made that received Purple Hearts and akin it to him being in the line of fire one time in his entire life. Yet MAGA will be surprised when we have American boots on the ground in Gaza and in Iran. They're going to be shocked and chagrined. God knows why. He clearly does not value our troops whatsoever.
If he needs to gerrymander, he's going to gerrymander. And if they want to add stars to the flag, okay, we'll just take Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, And it doesn't have to be aggressively. We can take it peacefully. It will be a mostly peaceful invasion. And those are 3 states. That means 6 Republican senators. See what we did there?
Jesse Waters is an idiot and a deeply unserious individual. But what is serious is the fact that the right-wing establishment is very much aware that they are no longer popular, if they ever were, with the American people. Between protecting serial child predators and expanding the war in the Middle East, their policies are going over with the American people like a lead balloon. MAGA is breaking away from them. Independents have long since left the building. And they're left with no recourse other than Jesse Waters coming out here and brainstorming the next political strategy, which is rigging the system through gerrymandering and invading the great conservative country of Canada.
So, you know, we're talking about warning signs for the Republican Party, and I will just say, uh-oh, for them. That is the phrase of the day, uh-oh. Democrats lead in the generic congressional ballot, and you can see their lead is expanding. It's becoming bigger. Look at this in spring. CNBC, it was 2. Now it's 5. How about Ipsos? It was 1 for the Democrats. Now it's 4. How about the Wall Street Journal? It was 1, and now it is 3. So now the average lead here is 4, which is up from just about a point. That's about a 3-point move on average in the Democrats' direction. And of course, Kate Paul, when this is coming amidst the fights over redistricting, I think there are going to be a lot of people wondering, wait a minute, are Republicans wanting to change the lines because they are losing, which they absolutely are on the generic congressional ballot. At this point, Democrats are winning, Republicans are losing, and maybe they're trying to change the lines in order to give themselves a little bit more wiggle room, given what we're seeing, a clear Democratic momentum on the generic congressional ballot.
How does it break down when you look at party ID?
Okay, so this is one metric, right? The generic congressional ballot. How about party identification, right? Because the idea is if you're a Democrat, you're very likely to vote Democrat. If you're a Republican, you're very likely to vote Republican. Take a look here, the party ID margin, Democrats versus Republicans. Look in Q1 of this year. Quinnipiac, Republicans had a lead of a point. Gallup, it was tight. Look at where we are now in the latest measures. Again, Democratic momentum. This is a 5-point move to the Democrats, according to Quinnipiac. Now they're up by 4 on party ID. How about Gallup? What we see is Democrats ahead by 3 points. So again, what you're seeing is clear movement towards the Democratic Party on a very key metric, because if you're identifying as Democratic, you're far more likely to vote for the Democrat. If you're identifying as Republican, you're far more likely to vote Republican. And I will note, Kate, that this is a change from last year, especially among Gallup, when Republicans held a rare lead going into the 2024 election. And that, of course, foreshadowed Donald Trump winning, foreshadowed Republicans taking the House, taking the Senate. And now, of course, Democrats are ahead here. This is a big uh-oh for Republicans as we are at the midpoint of 2025.
The 2024 election was a stark rebuke of the Democratic Party. Make no mistakes about it. The American people left the Democratic Party and they turned to President Trump for transparency and for peace. And President Trump took that mandate and gave the American people cover-ups and war, which is not what anybody signed up for. Not the independents, not America First, MAGA, and apparently not Marjorie Taylor Greene. And now we have folks like her and Tucker Carlson and to some extent Steve Bannon who are saying, wait a minute, this is not what we voted for. And the Republican Party under President Trump is headed straight for an iceberg. But make no mistake about it, they are very much aware of that fact, and they will definitely not be going down without a fight. They will do anything to stay in power, anything except betray their donors. It may look like gerrymandering in the middle of a term. It may look like invading Canada. Who knows? But one thing's for sure, you and I will not be benefiting from that fight.